tic-tac-toe game in Python using Pygame. So just in case if you guys don't know what a tic-tac-toe game is, guys, it's just basically a game where we have a grid and there's two players. So one of the players is X and the other player is O. So what both of them will do is they will just draw their own symbol on the grid and they'll just switch turns. And if one of the players gets their own symbol on, or actually the same symbol, either on a horizontal, vertical, or a diagonal line, then they win the game. Let's hop on right into coding. So first, I'll just do some Pygame setup. So I'll just say import Pygame from Pygame.locals, from Pygame.locals, import star. And then what I'll do is I'll say import time, okay? And then I'll say Pygame.init, okay? So I'll just initialize something. So I'll even set up the screen. So I'll just say screen is equal to Pygame.display.set_mode. And here I'll just say 600, 600, okay? So I'm just setting up the screen here. And I'll say while true, okay? So this is the game loop for event in Pygame.event.get. So like here, guys, what I'm doing is I'm just checking for the events just so that we can exit off the window, okay? So I'll just say if event.type is equal to quit, then Pygame.quit, and then I'll just exit off the window. And just in case I don't forget, I'll just say Pygame.display.update, okay? So that's what I'm doing now. And yeah, so we're done with our setup. So now let's hop on into actually, on the real part, or like the part where we're making the whole game, okay? So this, guys, is going to be made using a lot of classes, okay? Or not a lot, just one class, okay? But it's going to be made using object-oriented programming. So just in case if you guys don't know what object-oriented programming is, make sure you go and check it out because it's actually very important before you learn this. So then I'll just say, I'll say class box, okay? I'll create a class and I'll just define init. I'll just say self, okay? I'll just say self dot x is equal to x, so this is the x position, okay? And I'll say self dot y is equal to y, okay? So of course for here we have to keep an x and y here, right, guys? So that's something that we have to keep. And now I'll just say self dot occupant is equal to false, okay? So this is like kind of, checking if the box is occupied or if it has a value. And I'll just say self.type is equal to blank string. So this just checks what type it is. It can either be an X or an O. So just in case we can see the box, I'll just say pygame.draw.rect screen, comma 0,0,255, okay? I'm just making the grid, and comma self dot x minus 100, comma self dot y minus 100, comma 200, comma 200, okay, guys? So just so you guys understand what this basically means, is that once we go and create the objects of the class, we're going to really enter in the middle, or like the middle coordinate of the rectangle. So of course, like whenever we draw a rectangle in Pygame, we don't really depend on the central coordinate. We mostly depend on the top left corner. So that's what I'm doing here, okay? And of course, we don't want a blank blue screen. We want it as a grid. So I'll say comma 1. okay? And we've created that, so now I'll just say for W in range, okay? I'll just like use nested for loops to create this, guys, okay? So I'll say 0, comma, or sorry, no, it's not 0, comma, it's 100, comma, 600, comma, 200, okay? And then I'll say for WC in range, and inside that I'll keep in the same exact parameters, okay? And yeah, after that I'm gonna create the objects. I'll just say B1 is box of W and WC, okay? I'm passing those values in. And now, guys, we're gonna have a list of boxes. So for that, I'll just say box list is equal to blank, is a blank list. And here, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna say box list dot box list dot append, and here I'll keep in B1. So guys, here I'm appending the objects, guys, okay? That's what I'm doing here, and that's what I have there. And if I just run my program and see the outcome of it, then yeah, here's my Pygame window. I'll just drag it 1 second, and great, our boxes are here, or like the grid is set up and everything is good. Okay, guys? However, if I click anything, no functionality. No X's, no O's, so that's what I'll do next, guys. So for that, we have to create an isClicked function. So I'll say define isClicked self, and I'll of course need the coordinates, so I'll say POS, okay, or the position, because you might have noticed that we use event.pause a lot. And also, one more thing in Tic-Tac-Toe, guys, is that we use the variable, not the variable, but we use the turns a lot. So that's why you'll create a variable called turn. And I'll just set it to X in the beginning, okay? Really can be anything. And next, guys, what I'll do is I'll just say check 1 is equal to false, guys, because I'm going to be using it in our isClicked function. So here, guys, I'll say global meaning global variables. If you guys don't know what, not global variables, but global, what it does is that it basically, changes the entire variable inside the function. So that's why I'll just say global turn, okay? That's why we don't have to pass in any parameters either, so that's a good thing. And I'll just say global check 1, okay? Global check 1, so you can see I'm using it there. And now I'll just say if POS, okay, so I'm just using a little bit of the coordinate system here. So if POS of 0, meaning the x coordinate, is greater than or equal to self.x minus 100. Okay, guys? So this is like as the central coordinate. So I'm just doing some conditions here in short to check if it is inside the box, okay, the click. So I'll do that. And here, POS of 0, it's lesser than self.x plus 100, meaning that it's inside its x positions. And here, now, I have to come onto the y's. So I'll say position of 1 is greater than or equal to, and what I'll keep in next is self.y minus 100, okay? And I'll keep in my last one, and that is position of 1 is lesser than or equal to self.y plus 100. Okay, guys? So that's what I have. And last self, I'll say and self.occupant, okay, is equal to false. Okay, guys? Because we don't want our box to be occupied and just litter it. That's what I have there. And next, guys, what I'll do is I'll just set the self.occupant to true because it's occupied. So I'll say self.occupant is equal to true. Okay? And I'm gonna change the check one to true, guys, here, and I'll change it later on in the function as well. We'll say if turn is equal to O, so if it is O's turn, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a circle in there, okay guys? Meaning I'm gonna draw the circle in the box. So I'll say pygame dot draw dot circle. Here I'll keep in screen, comma 0, comma 255, comma 255, comma. And what I'm gonna keep in here, guys, is I'm going to say self.x, comma self.y. Okay. Well, I provide in my x and y positions here, and next thing I'll provide, guys, in there is I will provide in the radius. I'm pretty sure. So I'll say, sorry for that. I'll provide in the radius. So the radius in my case is going to be 100 pixels. Okay, guys. So I'll say comma 100, and then I'm also gonna set the type to O because that's what we have to do. So I'll say type, or no, not type, it's self dot type is equal to O. So I'm setting the type there because later on we'll use this for the wind predictor. Or no, not the wind predictor, but the wind conditions. Okay? So that's done, guys, and you might have noticed I'm not keeping a minus 100 there, guys. Why? Because whenever we create a circle in Pygame, we always ask for the center point and the radius. So that's why. And here, if the turn is x's, then I'll say self.type is equal to x, okay? So the type is x, and I'll say Pygame dot draw dot line. Sorry for this. Pygame dot draw dot line. And here I'll say screen, comma, passing it the RGB value, okay, and sorry for that, stay there, and now I'll pass in the x and y coordinates, so I'll say self.x minus 100, comma, and there also I'm going to pass in a self.y, so that's going to be self.y minus 100 as well. So let's say self.y minus 100, and comma, and I'll say self.x plus 100, comma self.y plus 100. Okay, guys? So since this is a line, we are passing in the minuses and pluses, but this requires two coordinates. So you won't understand what this means, but all this does is it just draws a mark from the top left corner of the rectangle to the bottom right corner of it. However, that's just a mark. We don't need a mark, we need an X, right? So I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna paste it here and say, I'm gonna say self.x plus 100, and here it's vice versa. It's minus 100 and this is plus 100. So all I'm doing, guys, here is I'm just doing an X, okay? However, we have to call the isClick function somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll just say elif event.type is equal to mouse button down. Okay, guys, so I'm just detecting the mouse clicks. Okay, and I'll just, if that is the case, then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna call the isClick function. But before that, guys, I'll just set check one is equal to false. Okay, guys, so you can see I told you guys that I'm gonna change it later on, so that's what I'm doing here. And I'll say for a in box list, and I'll say a dot is clicked, okay, a dot is clicked, and I'll just say event dot pos, okay. So I'm passing in the coordinates here, and I'll say if check one is equal to true. So since I'm changing it in the is clicked, that's why I'm checking it here. Okay. Then I'll say if turn is equal to O. Then I'll set the turn as X, so it's vice versa. Else, the turn is going to be O. So like this is just, you know, why it's just gonna swap. That's what I have there, guys. Now if I run this, it should most likely work. Okay. So this is here, and if I do this, know how many ever times I do it, the circle will pop up. Okay. If I do this, then also the X will pop up. So that's correct. However, if I do this, so you can see that the X's have made a vertical line. But why is it not saying X wins? Well, so that's what we're going to do next, okay? So first, let's do the draw condition. Then we're going to go on to the wins, okay? So what I'll do for that is I'll just say check, and this is check, not check one, is equal to false, okay? I'll say for you in box list, then if u.occupant is equal to true, then pass, else check is equal to true. Okay? So great. And if check is equal to false, okay? Meaning that it's a draw, which is the check being false, then I'll say text is equal to font dot render, and I'll say draw. Okay, draw. So that's the text. Comma false. I don't want a rectangle. Comma, and I'll just pass in an RGB value. So that's white in my case. Okay, and font is not defined here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna define it before this. So I'll just say font is equal to pygame dot font, okay, and here I'll just say free sans bold dot ttf, and I also have to provide in the size of the text for each one of them. So for that, I'll just say comma, and I'll just say the size as 50. That's what I have there, guys. And my next step in here is that I'm going to say screen.lit, okay? I'll just say text, comma, I'll pass in the coordinates, I'll say 215, 300. I know the 215 is an awkward coordinate, but that's fine, that's just how it is. And then I'll do my display.update here, so I'll just copy that and paste it here. So I'll update it, and then I'll just say time.sleep 5 seconds, okay? And then I'll just take this last bit of it, so I'll just paste that there. So what I'm doing in here, guys, is I'm just basically, what I'm doing is here, I'm just basically making the condition as draw, leaving it for 5 seconds, and then I'm just exiting the program because it's a draw, right? Whoever wins, or even if it's a draw, it's the end of the game, right? So that's what I'm doing here, okay? So if I just run this and occupy every single one, then it should show draw. So this, this. So you can see it's a draw, right? And none of them win. So it's a draw, waiting for 5 seconds, and then it's gonna kill the terminal. Or no, it's not gonna kill the terminal, but it's going to stop the program. So that's done. But what about the win conditions? Well, so that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, guys? So right after the display.update, what I'll do is I'm gonna have a huge series of events. Also say box list of, okay, 0 dot type is equal to x, okay, and I'll just keep in this, okay, and I'll keep in the same exact thing here for the and condition, okay, and this is box list of one dot type is X, and then I'll pass in another condition, which is and this is a box list of two dot type. Okay, so now we gotta copy the whole thing, and now we're gonna have a huge series of events for this, and instead of box list of 0, I'll say box list of 3 dot type. Okay, and now I'll say box list of 4 dot type here, box list of 5 dot type, and another one. So there I'll pass in box list of 6, 7, and 8. So I'll say box list of 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and another one. Sorry for this. It's an or. And our next ones are going to be box list of our next one, since we had 7 and 8 before, we're going to have 0, 4, and 8 here. So box list of 0, box list of 4, and box list of 8 dot type. Okay? And next what I have is I have or, and sorry for this guys, I'm sorry, Control V. Okay? So that was 0, 4, and 8. And what I have next is I have 6, 4, and 2. Okay, guys, so I'm just entering in all the vertical and all the horizontal combinations, and also I'll enter in the diagonals later on. That's what I'm doing here, guys, okay? And I'll pass in some more conditions. Here it's going to be 0, 3, and 6, okay? So this is 0, 3, and 6. And next what I'm going to pass in, guys, is going to be much different. Okay, so since before what we had was a 0, 3, and 6, right? So our next one is going to be 1, 4, and 7. So it is 1, 4, and 7. So sorry, not 5, it's 1, 4, and 7. Okay, guys, so since ours is 1, 4, and 7, what we're gonna have next is we're gonna have 2, 5, and 8. So it's 2, 5, and 8. Yeah, so it's 2, this is 5, and this is 8. And we're reaching the end, guys, okay? So don't worry much. We're reaching the end. So that's good. So since it was a 2, 4, and, or sorry, was it 2? Yeah, it was 2, 4, and 8. So our next condition is probably going to be, it should be, since we had 1, 4, and 8 earlier, this is 2, 4, and 8, right? Since we had 2, 5, and 8, actually, it's not 2, 4, and 8, it's 2, 5, and 8. Yeah, so we had 2, 5, and 8 here, okay, guys? Just keep that in mind. And yeah, so that's our last condition, guys. And just like this. And we're done with our long series of the if condition, so that is good. However, what we have to do next is we just have to keep in this same thing here. Okay, so I'll just copy it and paste it there. So instead of keeping a draw, I'll just say X wins. X wins. Okay, so that's what I have there, guys. And now I have to do the exact same thing with those, but the good news is that we don't have to do this whole series of things again. However, we have to change the type, so that's the bad news. Okay, so I'll just copy this huge if condition. Okay, and what I'll do is I will paste it here. Okay, however, I do have to change the type. So this is O instead of X. I'm just changing it to all O's, guys. Okay, it's all O's. So this is O. This is also O as well. Each one of them are O's. Okay. So I'll just change it real quick. Meanwhile, what we have in our program is that we are just basically kind of trying to, give up the win conditions, and once that's done, our whole game should most likely be complete, right? That's what we have there. And after the whole game is complete, we can just, add more stuff to it. So like basic menus and all that stuff, but that's like just something that you can also do as well, okay? Because our whole tic-tac-toe game is complete. We just have like those last extensions or touches left. So that's why, guys, it's just that you guys will create it, because there are also some other pie game videos that I will make, and those are about finishing retouches and all by creating all of the the menus and all that stuff. So I'll have a separate pie game video on that, guys, and it's actually just pie game, not necessarily tic-tac-toe. Okay, guys, so it won't be a part 2 really, but I'm just going to take it as that. But that's what we have. Okay, so I'm done with this, and I will just click on enter. And here, I'm just gonna copy this and paste it right there. Instead of X wins, O wins. Okay, guys, so that's simple. We've done all of the conditions. We should be able to have our full game complete. So I will drag my pie game window here. Let's just say that I do something here, okay? Okay? O wins, right? You can see that they created a diagonal. So O wins there, okay? And if I run this again and try it, X, then X should also win as well. Okay? Here it says X wins. So that's what we have there, guys. Okay? The X wins and O wins works perfect. You can also try to, debug it and kind of try all of the horizontal and vertical combinations and also the diagonal ones, and check it for each, the X and the O. And if that worked, then yes, our whole tic-tac-toe game is complete, guys. So this is our session, guys. What we learned is just how to make a really cool tic-tac-toe game using Python and Pygame. So next video, guys, I'm gonna show you guys something new in Python. Until then, see you later.